Let's get it on. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have a glorious day today, absolutely stunning. We're mid-September and right now it is 23 degrees. What that is in Fahrenheit, I guess 80, 78, something like that. But in my last video you saw me take down the alder trees and clean up, but of course the wife decided she wants to do a little bit more work. So what I'm going to do is take you with me and yeah, we opened up that whole section, took down a bunch more alders over here and over there, and got some earth. So today what we're going to do is, you can see in the video here that I've got like this fence cutting between this property. So what we want to do is, you know, amalgamate that back property and all this property and try to bring it into one. So we got a fence there, just a little bitty fence there, no biggie, couple of poles. We got the dirt and those alder stumps. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a bunch of them that we're going to get out, and then we're going to level all this, and we're going to try to put down the rest of that compost that I have left from the deck build when I reseeded around the deck, and try to reseed. Right now the seeds around the deck are doing awesome, and the weather for the next couple of weeks looks pretty good. So we're going to throw down the seeds and give it a shot. You know, failing which, spring will probably get her growing and get her done. But we'll have some good shots for you today. We got all the gear ready to go. The gas and oil, and we got the still with the hard hat, and we also got Scott's Supreme. Hey, you know, I like to use the Scott's Supreme seeds. What kind of seeds do you guys use? So I'm going to show you how I seed my grass, or when I want to seed grass. And I use the Scott's Premium, they're actually not Premium, Supreme. But I'm curious, what kind of seeds do you guys use? Do you use a slow germinating seed? Do you buy in bulk from a co-op? In my particular case, I just bought this bag from Costco because I figured, well, you know, it's a small area. It's going to cover about 20,000 square feet. And this is about 50% Kentucky bluegrass, which is awesome grass. So I'm curious, put it in the comments below what kind of seed you guys use. And of course, feel free to comment on how I seed. I'm going to stop and walk you through each step of the way. So let's get going. That's going to do it for the alders for today. guys, we got one more alder to cut in half, and then I want to show you those stumps of those alders. You remember in my last video I was telling you about how their root system, I just want to show you how their trunks grow. Okay guys, so we got the tractor all loaded up, but before I take away these stumps, let's have a look at this. Right, so it's not your traditional one big trunk all the way up. These elders, or alders I should say, they grow in multi trunk. It's kind of weird, right? Like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it'll constantly sprout off like this one and make, you know, those shards that kind of go out like I was showing you in the last video. But don't you think that's weird how that just grows, and then you got more growth and it just continues to grow? So I mean, they're very interesting. And I mean, look at how wet that is. Like I just cut it, and I mean, you can almost see water coming out of it. It's so wet. So hopefully we got enough coals left on last night's fire. We got the branches all loaded up, or the full tree all loaded up. We got all our gear. We're gonna go and bring it on over there and get on with it. Wonderful day to be working. Let me know what you guys think of those alder trees. Personally, I think they're cool trees as a species, but they really are a pain in the butt. They don't grow up pretty. They don't look nice. They grow like time bombs. I didn't enjoy having them there, so I'm curious. I'm actually quite excited to get that little section opened up. Let's go on down to the fire pit. Put the stumps on the fire, hopefully they're going to burn. Well guys, I think we're going to end up having to cut this out of here because I thought I would rip it easier with the backhoe and get up some pieces, but I think it's just going to be easier to just cut it out. So we're going to cut it out. We've got a few more stumps to do over here, and then we're going to start filling in the hole here, see how it goes, but we're still continuing at it. Slowly but surely. Yeah, it's going to be easier taking it out like this. A lot easier. This one is wrapped around this whole root, so I think what I'm going to do is turn you guys around, but I think I'm going to just take it in from here as far as we can anyhow. So this was an old dividing line back in the day. The lady used to have cows here, and this used to be a dividing line between the property of my neighbor and the lady that owned the land. So I have no idea how old this fence is, but it's old. Yeah, that'll be ready for when we get that stump out. So we've got that stump to get rid of right there. We got that one right there. And I'm going to take out that birch that's there. I'd like to leave that tall cedar. But the idea is to get the fence out, posts out, and the stumps out. And then we're going to get that earth and backfill around. Well guys, taking out the rest of that fence, came across, some kind of old gate, which we're going to put in the dumpster. And you must have saw the root system on those alders. I mean, is that incredible or what? You can see such a small plant create such a large root system, and then it entangles itself in everything and just gets all caught up in the way. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit more cleanup here, and we'll level as much as we can here, and then we're going to start putting down that dirt. So we'll get at it. It's been a good day so far. Damn, another root. Oh my goodness. Jesus. So when are we going to stop with these alders and their stumps? But it's going to look nice when it's all done. It's going to really open the yard. As you can see, now we're going to have access on the other side, which is really kind of cool. We still have that birch that's got to go. I think I'm going to try and keep that cedar and just pile some wood around it. So we may take out that one too. So we may have that one and that one. Like, they're just everywhere, as you guys could see. But onward and upward, I say. All right, guys, so we got all the stumps out. Fence is gone. Anything stopping us from crossing is gone. We had a couple more stumps back there that I decided to get rid of, so now I'm going to put some earth in here. We're going to send the drone up so you get an aerial view, but we're going to take that pile, put it right here. Doesn't look like a big job, but it's been taking me a while. Let's get going. Well, we got her leveled best that we can anyway, so you remember what that looked like. That looks pretty good. I think I'll cut off that piece of hemlock there. But we got her level as best that we can. We had a little bit of wet soil to deal with, so I let it sit overnight. And this morning, I'm pretty happy with the results. I'm going to leave that cedar. Hey, tell me, what do you guys think? Do you think that this cedar will survive, even though I beat it a little bit? I hope so. It's a nice one. And maybe in the future, I'm going to try to get in there and put some more soil and try to save that nice big maple. That one's been there for a while. So I'm going to walk around and pick up a few rocks. I got a couple of rocks still. They're half decent size. So pick a few rocks, and then I think what I'm going to do is something different from when I seeded around the deck. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a little light seed just to get it started, and then I'm going to take some of that compost that I have left from the deck and seed it again. This is not life-threatening critical. That it's perfectly seeded over here. It's kind of up on the front, but starting to take shape, starting to look real nice. So let's get the seed out and let's get started on that. All right, guys, so what I showed you before, the bag of Scott's Supreme, I got it at the Costco. I think it was $24.99 a bag, if I remember. What I liked about it, it's got sun and shade mix. It's got a good quality blend. So we've got, you know, turp type perennial ryegrass, creeping red fescue, and of course that Kentucky bluegrass. So it should cover about 10,000 square feet. And it's a big bag, about 3-pound bag. And, you know, it tells us what we should do over seeding, how long and when, and if it's a new lawn and everything else. So you got all the steps there by Scott's. I do pretty good with Scott's, to be honest with you. I know that you can get some better ones if you have access to a co-op, but I've been seeding with Scott's for many years. I pretty much seeded this whole area, and it's come in nice, thick. It's great. What I've been doing lately is putting a mix of that compost, and it just really thickens up. It's really great. So we're going to get started with that and do a light seed, and then get compost and do a heavier seed. So I know there's better ways of doing this, but like I said, I'm doing a light seed over here right now, and this is kind of what I do all the time. I know that there's gadgets that you can buy and stuff like that, but I don't know. I like this way better. It works out. It's not even, that's for sure. Let me know if you've used those spreaders, those grass seed spreaders, because I don't know, you never know, maybe I would give it a shot and try it out. I'm always playing around and ripping up stuff and having to reseed and stuff. Feels like it's an ongoing project for me to be seeding all the time, but let me know in the comments below if you guys use some kind of spreader. That'd be cool to know. Well, we used as much of the leftover compost as we could, and we got no more. So I mean, I'm going to take the hard rake and, you know, just try to get a real thin layer. As you can see, I was trying to spread it along the way. I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to have just enough to put some nutrients in the ground, and hopefully those seeds will push up in the next couple of weeks, and next year we'll have nice grass. This is actually a really great rake. It's It's called a landscaper's rake. You can just kind of move it around nice. That's beautiful compost. I'm just going to put a thin layer if we can. Pull it in. Just kind of drag it around. You get to fill up some little holes too, which is great. You know, we don't have a lot left from the deck build. Alright guys, I'm sure you don't want to see me rake this all out, so I'll leave it at that for now and then we'll start seeding. Wow, it's mid-September and look at those numbers. We got it all leveled out. Yeah, it's not perfect, but you know, that compost is going to give some nutrients to the ground anyway, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, and with the rain it'll kind of level out a little more. So we're going to get those grass seeds and finish up with this project. Well, whole bag's done, guys. You saw how I did it. I just like sprinkle it on all over the place. So I'm just gonna put a little fast rake into it, and then that should do it. Well guys, that's gonna do it for today's video, and hopefully we have great weather, and the rest of those seeds are in God's hands now, so hopefully they'll spruce up before the fall comes in. And I'd just like to ask you, what do you think about the Scott's grass seed? And I'd love to hear from you in your comments below. It'd be great to know what everybody else uses. Do you have a different technique? Do you do something different than I do? And well, I guess we're going to catch you on the next one, because it's hot and we got a great forecast for mid-September. So God bless you. Have a great week, and we'll see you on the next one.